Alright. Hi everyone. Sailor Moon here and Sailor Jupiter here. And today we're going to talk about we're going to talk about about why Sailor Moon Cosmos or Sailor Moon World has no streaming deal, no broadcast deal, and why it's only in Dawnland and has not been freed out to the rest of the world. Now, a lot of folks are going to have their beliefs, and these are some of our beliefs. Keep in mind, we don't truly know what's going on with it, but we're going to have some guesses or some beliefs here. Now, one would go that since Sailor Moon is half owned between Toei Business and half owned between a Toei Business and Aldeling Nio Goldings, and since both businesses have half ownership of Sailor Moon, both sides are involved in deals, meaning both businesses are the ones that have streaming and broadcast deals that they get with folks. Deals when it comes to clothing, when it comes to dolls, when it comes to anything having to do with Sailor Moon, it's between those two businesses. And I guess when it comes to ownership and double right, I guess it would be the same. My belief is that Viz lost the rights. Either Toei or Aldeling Nio Goldings did not want to get a new deal with Viz. And on top of that, I believe that NETFILX also lost the rights to the fifth and last following of Sailor Moon, which would be Sailor Moon Sailor Stars in the 9 between 90 drawing show, and what would be Cosmos or World and the 20s drawing show of Sailor Moon. So I believe that they didn't want to get a new deal with Viz, and both sides did not want to get a new deal with NETFILX or with Hulu or with anyone else. And when it came to discs, the businesses that had the right to put it on disc was Warner Brothers, or now Warner Brothers Discovery, which they had a deal with Viz, which Viz had with Toei at the time. And I believe that both the Toei business and Aldeling Nio Goldings chose not to get a new deal with them. Now, keep in mind, those are just our beliefs here. There isn't really any truth to back it up. But I believe that Naiko Takiguchi, through her business, Aldeling Nio Goldings and the Toei business, both chose they weren't going to renew the deal with Viz. They just chose they weren't going to renew a streaming deal with, NETFILX or with whatever. And for whatever grounds, sake and why, they just chose not to. And that's my guess to why Sailor Moon Cosmos or World did not come out. That no website had any streaming deal with it, because they chose not to get any new streaming deals with any website. So for all you folks that think all you got to do is shift your interweb to some other, your reckoner to some other land, and think you're going to get it that way, think again. The only way you're going to get it as if you shift it over to being in Dawnland. Then you might get it. Well, yeah, you're right, Sailor Moon. I mean, at the end, are you going on? Talk. What do you think about Sailor Jupiter? Well, Sailor Moon, you're probably right. Guess you're right about that. Sailor Moon has been half owned by Toei since 9 between 92 YL, and Aldeling Nio Goldings for some time in the 20s, I would think. And since both sides have to work together, since they're the half owners, meaning they both have the double right when it comes to getting double deals with folks, streaming, broadcasting, whatever. and also includes games and dolls and clothing. And if one side didn't want to get a deal, then the other side didn't want to get a deal. Whatever ground's sake or why, they chose not to keep their deal with Netflix. They chose not to keep their deal with Viz or whatever. And that's why Sailor Moon Cosmos or Sailor Moon World is not around. Now, for all the big time Sailor Moon followers out there, they don't even know why Sailor Moon Cosmos or Sailor Moon World hasn't come out. Even though they'll keep on saying, oh, well, Netflix got the rights to it. Well, if they did, they never told, I never heard it from them. You know? So, that's our belief to what happened to Sailor Moon Cosmos or Sailor Moon World or whatever you want to call it. You know? And why it's sad that the last following of Sailor Moon is not going to be streamed or broadcasted anywhere. It's not going to be put on disc anywhere except in Dawnland. And I know some of you folks out there are going to, you know, shift over to Pluto and watch the Sailor Moon folk work and say, well, need be, it might be on, need be on there. Need be not. They haven't said anything about it. So, anyway, when it's now Sailor Moon, yeah, you're right, Sailor Jupiter. At the end of the day, your guess is as good as mine of what's going on with Sailor Moon Cosmos or Sailor Moon World, with the broadcasting or streaming rights, with the right to put it into English or any other speech out there. Your guess is as good as mine. If you like this film, then follow us over here at Sailor Moon for Life. Watch the other film we made yesterday over here, when we were with Santa Claus or Father Yule again. I, Sailor Moon Serena. I, Sailor Jupiter Lita. And we'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye. Farewell. Always leave me to end my films.